Hello everyone, I'm Nitsahone, and I'm doing a bunch of Dominaria Draft videos here at the end of the format because I enjoyed the format so much. I want to draft it as much as I possibly can before it leaves. And I did just lose my last match of another draft, and I haven't updated that. So this is what we're doing. We also are, yeah. Okay. So this pack has a Benelish Marshall, and it is pretty strong. It's my favorite of that cycle, in Limited anyway. Its ability to be good no matter when you play it makes it playable more than the other ones. I think I'd probably take Eviscerate, though. It's just a safer pick. I mean, it's a great removal spell. It'll fit into any black deck. We can even splash it if we have to. So we will take it. It'll Eviscerate. Thing that's been bothering me about this card is I'm pretty sure technically Eviscerating is when your contents of your stomach are removed by something stabbing you or whatever, but this is going through the guy's chest, so what's that about? Wow. Well, that's an easy second pick. This is even first pickable, I think, because it's so strong. It's one of the strongest cards in the set, and we already have a black card. Luckily, there's not anything in black and white here that should really make people want to get in it, and so that's good news. I mean, Spore Crown Thallid is probably leaving this pack next because it is a nice card to try to get into the Saproling deck, but we take Ariel all day. Last time I had Ariel, I think I went 0-2, unfortunately, so let's see if we can avoid that this time. Okay. I think Memorial of Folly is probably our pick here. Sapherd is good, and I could consider taking it and maybe splashing Ariel or something. But Memorial of Folly is also really strong. I think it's, all the memorials are good, but the black, red, and not red, the black, green, and blue ones are really good for the effects they give you late in the game. And I mean, I could also take Call the Cavalry, but I think this is better than most commons in the set. Sapherd's close, but I think I take the Memorial. Okay. Not a very strong pack. Invoke the Divine is fine. Dauntless Bodyguard is too. Probably take one of those. I think I like Dauntless Bodyguard a little more. And okay. Well, black is not looking very open. Red has a tendency of looking open in this format. I mean, mostly because it's the weakest color, but Keldon Raider is pretty good. I could take Lingering Phantom here. I wouldn't feel too bad about that. We do already have one historic card, and we're likely to get more. I do like it. It's a fine card, and I think it is what we'll take here. We're going to try to stay in this black-white lane if we can, and if we can't, we'll figure something else out. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, here's a Knight who synergizes with Ariel, but why is Goblin Barrage still here? Red's weak, but this is a strong red card. There's also Dark Bargain, which is nice. Oh, you're a Knight too, actually. Didn't actually think about that. I mean, Goblin Barrage is good, but it's not so much better than like Dark Bargain that I think I abandon the path we're trying to stay on here. This is a nice draw spell, and I think I'll take it. A little bit of synergy with Lingering Phantom. There's a Whisper and Windgrace Acolyte, both of which are pretty good. This is way better if you're a Saproling deck, is the thing, and I don't know that we are. I'd probably take the Acolyte. Whisper does have way more upside. That's for sure. It's another historic card, too, if we get to hang on to Lingering Phantom. What the hell? We'll take Whisper. It can sometimes, I mean, we do need like 15 creatures in our deck for it to work. Okay, well, Benelish Honor Guard is fine, and a Knight. Maybe we'll get another Ariel. Or the Mythic Saga that cares about Knights. Those are the two things that we would like to see happen. This gets better the more like bombs you have, and so far we've only got one, but it's fine. Even if you're just using it to like get back a Lingering Phantom because you have a ton of mana, it's not a bad thing. So Healing Grace isn't very good. Keldon Raider is the best card in this pack. Voltaic Servant could have some applications if we pick up like an Icy Manipulator. So I think it's what I'll take. It might make our deck. It's improbable that it does, but if we end up with more historic payoffs, it could happen. Well, now I think I do take a Gitu Chronicler and see, because that's one of the reasons to be in red, basically, is Gitu Chronicler. Here, I think we'll take the trick. Black and white look reasonably open to me. Yeah, here we'll take a Partick Wanderer. Yeah, I don't take a Keldon Raider. It is a good card. It just happens to be in a color that is very... The only way you really end up in red is if you open up some of the crazy removal red has. Oh, man. Why am I not blue? What do we have in this pack? I would think about just taking this and seeing if somehow I can make blue-black work if this pack were like devoid of useful things, but it isn't. Sanctum Spirit's pretty nice, but Pegasus Courser I think is even better, and I think it's what I'm going to take. Maybe we wheel a Confessor or a Thalid. But yeah, we'll take the Courser here. Sorry, Narumeha. Okay, out of this one, I think we take a Thalid. Yeah. I think the only way I would play this is if we end up with Icy Manipulator or, I don't know, something else. I doubt I'll be desperate for twos. You're not really usually in this format, but Shanna Sasay's Legacy is a nice card, but I think Call the Cavalry is way better. Also works well with Whisper and Ariel, so yeah, I think it's what we take. So say if we were green, I guess probably green-white would be the better pick, but we're not. So, yeah. Joyr's familiar. No, thank you. I think we just take another Courser here. I feel like people are still underrating the Courser. It's not a knight, unfortunately. It has a knight that rides it, I guess, but... Put this over here for now, and I'm probably not going to play the Wanderer either, and maybe not the Phantom either. I'll put them all over there for now. The cards that are in this deck right now are all things that I am probably going to play. If I end up with too many 4-drops, I may end up cutting, depending on our deck's composition, Whisper or Dark Bargain. If we end up being really aggressive, we're not really going to be super into Dark Bargain, and if we end up, yeah, probably wouldn't be into this either if we're super aggressive. Okay, another Lingering Phantom. Short Sword's nice. Trapper, also nice. That does incentivize us a little bit to play more historic cards, including mediocre artifacts that might make the cut if we have a bunch of Trappers. I think we take the Trapper over like a Short Sword or another Adamant Wheel or another Lingering Phantom. Okay, I do love Soul Salvage. I think we take the first one here pretty happily over like Short Sword. Okay, so I like the Skin Witch. It's definitely better in a more controlling deck, but so I am thinking about taking it. Our deck looks to me like it's actually going to be pretty aggressive though, so maybe I just take a Knight of New Benalia. I like it more than Cabal Evangel. We have one of the few Knight synergies in the set, so that doesn't hurt. The Skin Witch is great late, though, but she's better suited to a grindier deck, and I'm not sure that's what we are, even though that's what most decks are in this format. I mean, she's still a 2-drop, if you know, I mean, but yeah, I think I'll take the Knight. The more aggressive creature appeals to me a little more here. I think we take another Trapper, and yeah, we're definitely more interested now than we were in random artifacts and stuff. Okay, so this is basically a 4-drop. This is a 4-drop. I don't really like either of them that much, but I think I like this a little more. Healing Grace, meh. Like a Broken Bond. Maybe we end up with like a Skittering Surveyor who lets us sight in a Broken Bond or something. Yeah, right now I kind of feel like neither Whisper nor Dark Bargain would make this deck right now. And maybe the Servant would because of the 2 trappers. We'll have to see. Tragic Poet. I mean, we could end up with a few aggressive enchantments to put on our guys. It's probably going to do more than Guardians of Koilos, so. Though the Guardians of Koilos does tap things down with our trappers, but. Okay, here we'll take a random 2-drop, who's perfectly okay. Do we want another Trick or another Phantom? I think we want another Trick more. We are, in fact, I think, an aggro deck. How about that? Put this back over here. I mean, the trappers may end up being glorified 3-mana 3/2s. Every time I see Zahid, it's like when there's like no way I could play him. It hurts my feelings a little. So the Eldest Reborn is nice. It's definitely better suited to a more controlling deck, but if it's like our 1/5, I think I'm pretty happy with it. It is also another historic card, and it does a lot of work. Gives us another way of getting things back from our graveyard. Call the Cavalry is nice too, but I think the Eldest Reborn's enough better. Surveyor's nice, but we don't really have anything worth splashing at this point. So yeah, I think I'll take the Eldest Reborn here over the Call the Cavalry. We could also use an Invoke the Divine at some point. Another Eldest Reborn. There's also an Urgaros. Definitely pushing us less to be a little less aggressive, but I don't know if any format in this deck can be truly completely aggressive. I think I'd probably just take another Eldest Reborn here over Sergeant at Arms, though. Or I bet this will wheel. Yeah, we'll take another Eldest Reborn over Urgaros. Okay, well, I don't think we want you because we don't have red. I think we take another Courser here over Invoke the Divine. Giving guys flying is good, it turns out. Yeah, I mean, even an aggressive deck in this format has, you have to have some late game power, and Eldest Reborn will give us that. So we're up to 3 historic cards, which is certainly making our Courser or Trapper better. Okay, I don't think we want a second Soul Salvage in this particular deck. Joyra's nice, but obviously we can't splash her. Do we take an Acolyte? Has some synergy with Eldest Reborn, has some synergy with something Soul Salvage. I like it more than the Confessor by a lot. So, yeah. Getting all these 5s now. We could have a 3rd Eldest Reborn. Well, what else am I going to take here? Another Trick? Our deck is, by the second, becoming grindier and grindier. I can't say no to Eldest Reborn. Divest for the sideboard. We already have 1 Dark Bargain, so. Okay, here we'll take a Knight of Nubenalia over, like, we'll take Servant and the like. So another Trapper or a Short Sword to help make the Trappers we already have be a little better. We are up to 4 Historics now, though. And we could always throw in a Voltaic Servant if we were really that concerned about the situation. I don't think we want a Feral Abomination. Our deck's going to win with Flyers, although he is nice to get flying to. I think I'm going to take another Trapper. And here's the Invoke the Divine that we wanted 1 of. And the Honor Guard did come back. And in a second Invoke the Divine for our sideboard. I think we want that over Dub. And yeah, I'll take a Serra Disciple, though I kind of don't think it makes the cut. We probably don't need this Evangel. We have a lot of better 2-drops, so that's an easy cut. We have to cut one more card. This is kind of hilarious to get 3 of them. Or red. Yeah, you need like a couple Fight with Fires and a couple Get 2 Chroniclers to really want to be red. The thing about Eldritch Reborn that could end up biting us is it's pretty bad against one of the best decks in the format, which is the Sapperling deck. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's much less powerful. So you're basically a 4-drop. Maybe one of the Trappers is what we cut, since we only have 4 ways of tapping things. I think I'd rather have the Confessor than a 3rd Trapper at this point. Yeah, if we had more ways of taking advantage of the Trapper, I think we'd do it, but I think that's good. We still have 15 creatures because of Call the Cavalry, basically. These tricks will be good. Soul Salvage will get stuff back. And, of course, Ariel is what we're really hoping to do. And Memorial to Folly. Definitely need more white mana than black. Like, all of our early game is white, and we have no double black anyway, so that's good. That's probably about right. 10 white sources and 7 black sources. Yeah. I think that's right. All right. Let's see what we can do with this thing. All right. Going to match 1. We would like to play first. And I think this is a good hand. So one of the most aggressive curve outs in this format is to go turn 2 Knight, turn 3 Pegasus Courser. And that can sometimes be pretty devastating. Don't see a lot of other people with my Karn avatar. The one thing that can be really bad is if they have fungal infection. If we see opponents, and they might, maybe about to eat a fungal infection right now. If we see opponents with fungal infection, sighting out one of our Knights might be a good idea, just because it is so bad against fungal infection. It just looks so awful when that happens. Okay, Mildeck maybe. I think I just offer the trade here. Maybe I don't actually. I don't think I do. Not when I have Pegasus Courser waiting in the wings. Not to mention Ariel, who can turn this into removal. So we have an opponent who's going to be milling us, maybe. Aw. Okay, then. Do we just go for it here with Ariel? Maybe. I think we do. Say, hello. Do you have something to stop this? Because you're gonna need it. Especially if I also cast Call the Cavalry this turn. Eviscerate. Yeah. We do have ways of bringing him back, of course. Several. So we do have that to keep in mind. There's one of them. All right. I think now I am. Now that I have Eldritch Reborn, making sure my opponent's board is thin of creatures, I'm incentivized to do it a little more. So I'm going to offer the trade here. They're going to take it. All right. Well, we are going to Call the Cavalry. And we're going to hope we hit the 5th land for Eldritch Reborn this turn. That's the dream. It's not really that crazy of a dream either. We do it. And we're happy about it. You know, I do have that Tragic Poet. That's worth kind of thinking about going forward. Okay, so we get to kill one of these. I'm guessing the Excavator is what's going to die. I don't think they're really a mill deck. I think they just needed a 2-mana. Just wanted to have some 2-mana creatures. All right, so we're going to attack with the Knights. You know, all 3 of the Knights, actually. Right, we get in for 7. That's a beating. You can have multiple sagas in play too. I just realized. I was thinking that maybe I need to check the rules. I was thinking they're legendary, but I don't think they actually are. Ooh, Urgaros is not good news. Luckily, our Windgrace Acolyte can block it. So there's that. They're gonna have to discard one of the cards in their hand. All right, we attack with our 3/1 Knight. I think I'm going to hold on to... do I want to hold on to a card in my hand? So they go to 7. Let's cast Windgrace Acolyte here. Takes us up to 21. I mean, Ariel's basically the best thing we can get back. There's very little chance I want to do anything else. This does make you discard at random, right? But if I don't have a card, they get to draw a card. It doesn't really seem worth playing this land, basically, is what I'm saying. So, I will end my turn. You know, I might think about getting back Urgaros if we manage to kill it here before Chapter 3 of Eldest Reborn went off, but I don't think that's going to happen. Should I have Tragic Poet? I mean, I feel like it actually sort of has some weird diminishing value in that I already have 3 Eldest Reborns anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, do I really need it? So, because I already have 3 copies of this card, right? So, okay. I think they're probably done with their turn. Yeah, I think we get back Ariel for sure. I think for sure. You know, contradiction in terms. They have 1 card left in their hand. Right, so Ariel, come on back. Okay, I'm going to attack with Windgrace Acolyte. They don't have any good blocks for it, so seems good to me. Thought maybe they had fungal infection there, but I guess they were afraid of combat tricks, which we do have. We just don't happen to have any of them. End our turn. Man. Well, we don't need her. We're okay without her, but it is sad. They did have to use 2 removal spells on him. Her? Pretty sure, right? Yes. We can still fly over, so... I think we attack for 4. They about to bounce something? They might be. No. So we'll attack for 4. Yeah, no. There's no. I was thinking about attacking with these 2, but they wouldn't even be forced into blocking them or anything. Not in an ugly way, anyway. Guardians of Koilos could block 1, and that would be enough. So opponent playing Deep Freeze does make it a little more appealing to think about Whisper, because obviously they've turned, they make the card into nothing. So what are they about to do? All right, nothing. So we saw 1 artifact Probably not enough to bring in another Invoke the Divine. We saw one artifact and one enchantment, I should say. So maybe we could think about a second one, but I think one's probably enough. We could also think about Whisper because of the ice removal spell thing. But problem with our deck is we don't have that many good reanimation targets, right? I mean, we really don't. So I don't think we want to do that. I think we're fine as is. If we lose this next game and we see another artifact or enchantment or more, then we probably bring in Invoke the Divine out of the sideboard. Yeah. Good old Eldest Reborn. I wish I could make this the thumbnail for this, but because of the way the art looks, it's pretty impossible to make a thumbnail with it because it's different dimensions than most Magic art. I already used her in a thumbnail, so I can't do it again. Who knows what the thumbnail will be for this. It would be this, but I don't think that's an option. Maybe Pegasus Courser. Those are important things to think about. Okay, this is a good one. Turn 2 Knight, turn 4 Super Knight, and eventual Eldest Reborn, plus Memorial to Folly is also nice. So it's kind of disappointing in the end. I mean, this format has been great, don't get me wrong. And there are 2 tribal color pairs, and that's probably enough. But when we first started seeing Knight stuff in black and white, it was like, oh, I bet that's an archetype. It's not really. You need Ariel and History of Benalia to really feel like you're there on the tribal theme. And, yeah. There do just happen to be a bunch of random Knights in black and white, but okay, that makes me a little more likely to try to side in my Invoke the Divine now that we've seen a 3rd artifact or enchantment. All right, we don't have anything else we can do. It's going to be a little tempting to play Eviscerate here, just to make it so that Eldest Reborn will hit something more ideal, but chances are I'll feel fine about hitting either thing. Ooh, definitely need that second Invoke the Divine. I'm sure of it now. Right, so we'll attack with our Knight. And we will play Ariel. Eviscerate. Yes. Well, we're going to Eldest Reborn away their Glider and get in for 3 still here. So that'll be pretty good. That is definitely what we do. We don't really have any other options anyway. Goodbye, Glider. The bad news is we haven't really drawn any ways to go wide enough to not die to Icy Manipulator. Well, not die, but get slowed down considerably by it. So doing that at some point would be nice. We do have our own Eviscerate also. Yeah, we'd probably use it on that. Seems like a reasonable plan to have. You're going to have to discard a card. We could think about attacking and just using Adamant Will, but I feel like dropping them to 8 is going to be better in the long run. Especially if we can keep Ariel in play and start making the Knight tokens and everything. So make them discard something. It's going to be a spell. I know that much. It's a Skin Witch. Good to know. Is it worth eviscerating? Or should I just attack and plan on using Adamant Will if they don't take it? Then I can also play the Trapper. I think that's fine. Okay, they're just going to take it, which means I probably still cast Eviscerate. I think we'd still, yeah, we definitely still get Ariel rather than the Sphinx. We could get Ariel back with our own Soul Salvage later, but that doesn't seem that great to me. Voltaic Servant. Yeah, invoke the Divine. Come on down. Yeah, we get Ariel. The ability to make all of the... they also have Icy Manipulator plus Voltaic Servant right now, which is not good. But perhaps I could have also gotten back my Ariel with Memorial. I mean, there may be an argument there that I should have gone for the Sphinx and gotten the Scry and everything. So let's go to combat. I am sure my knight gets tapped. All but sure. Yeah. Player Trapper. So what we don't want to see is settle the score. It's like extra good against us because we have so many ways of getting things back from the graveyard. So if they play one right here, I'm not going to be very happy. Doesn't look like that's what's happening. Close enough. Exiling our guys is not cool, man. It's not cool. Yeah, they decided not to do that. I mean, maybe they had fungal infection. You think they would just use it to kill this, though, if they did? Okay, so we'll go to combat. Attack with both. If they just trade, I think we take it. Yeah. Especially because they have fungal infection mana up and I don't want to get burnt on my Adamant Will, and we still drop them to 5 there. We can get that back if we really feel like it, and we also play a Pegasus Courser. In fact, we may just get it back with our Memorial at the end of their turn, just to make sure we have pressure. Urgaros is back. Luckily, we can kill him. We can attack here, and they have to block because of Adamant Will. They're tapped out, so we just attack here, and we may just get to win the game on the spot. We won't if they decide to block, but we still kill Urgaros if that's what they decide to do, so... yeah... I feel like they're going to block. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. They're tapped out. Yeah, we still just use Adamant Will right here for the W. Yeah. All right. Well, deck seemed really good, even though Ariel never got to stick around in that match. We got there. See you guys in the next match. All right, going into our second match, and we would like to play first. And I don't really want to keep this hand. I mean, it's not horrendous. It does have Ariel in it, and not playing anything until turn 4 you know, that doesn't kill you in this format, but this is the kind of hand where if I just draw, like, even if I just draw one land in my next 3 cards, it's going to be pretty brutal, but I'm still sort of considering keeping it. Even with Ariel in it, I think we need to send it back. Okay, this one is in fact better. And yeah, we'll keep a land on top. Turn 2 Honor Guard, turn 3 Courser, maybe turn 4 Confessor. Not bad. Okay, so could just be an aggressive deck, or it could be a deck that has a lot of historic synergies. Short Sword is fine in both of those places. Okay, they play their own Vanillish Honor Guard. So we can blow up their Short Sword, but there's really not any good reason to do that right this second. I think I'm going to offer the trade with my Honor Guard, honestly. See if they decide to take it. They do. So, I mean, that could have been sort of nice, because I could have attacked next turn for more, but I think playing Courser and then Confessor kicked is fine. Trading is a little worse when you're the one who mulliganed, but, you know. Okay, well, that is a good place to stick. Yeah, Short Sword. Ooh. One of our mini Eldest Reborns. Let's hope we can hit the 5th land for it here. And that they still only have 1 creature in play. Those both would be very good scenarios. We're not going to get anything very exciting with Chapter 3 at this point, but, you know. It doesn't have to be exciting if we kill their only creature, make them discard a card, and then like get back a 2/2. They're not attacking, so that seems... do we hit a land? We don't. I think I go ahead and attack with both of these. I can always use Invoke the Divine if I absolutely have to save my Courser. Like if they... Well, maybe not save it, actually, but we have another one in our hand, so... Gideon's Reproach could be possible. Okay, so what are they doing here? Okay. I mean, we can't really do anything to stop that, you know, so... We let our first Courser die. We get in for 3. And then we play another Courser. We do have 3 of those and 3 of these, so we're going to be seeing a lot of those things. Yeah, it is kind of a pity we didn't get to play Eldest Reborn at a more ideal time. But... if we hit the mana for Eldest Reborn here, we still get to hit our opponent for 3. With Menace. We do not, though. So we're just going to play Knight of New Venalia and end our turn. Not a good place to be. We're staring down the Flying Onslaught, and they also just scryed too, so they're going to be able to set up some pretty favorable draws. Okay. Well, he's big and scary. Does Cloud Reader Sphinx attack me here? Probably. All right, we get to do it now. It's less ideal, but it's still what we do, without a doubt. I'm guessing they let their Disciple die. And hold on to the 2 bigger creatures. In part because this is their worst creature, and they also don't want me to get either of those. Now let's just draw our other Eldest Reborn now. Yeah, we can't really do anything. We are still... Ooh. That is never good to see. The only way we have to deal with that is more Eldest Reborns, and they just protected it from that with those knights. So this is going to be... I think this will be over pretty quickly here. We will take it. I mean, we do have Invoke the Divine, actually, to blow up the Arcane Flight. All right, they don't have anything to discard. I feel like using it at instant speed is going to be more valuable. I wish I'd drawn a creature there, but I can basically give up a creature here and then get one back with the Eldest Reborn. Probably the best thing to do anyway. All right, so let's try Invoke the Divine. If I can kill their turtle, I can also get it back. So, yeah. I think that's what we try to do here. They do kill both of our creatures, but... we will be able to get their turtle, which I think is the best thing in a graveyard now. Oh. Probably still going to die to these flyers, though. They're so good. Land. So, I almost have to get a flyer, but screw it. I'm going to get a snapper. And I will end my turn. Yeah, I think we're in some trouble here. Did I mention that? Do I just take 7 here? Kind of think I do. If I'm going to have any hope, I think we take 7. So I'm dead to... yeah, another land. Okay. All right, well... all that flying... isn't really something we can do a good job of countering. I may want to Invoke the Divine number 2. Looks like our opponent's probably running several artifacts and enchantments. I mean, this is a flyer, but it's not like it's a big enough one to make any real difference. It's not like we don't have flyers. We just don't have very many things that can tangle with the 3/4, sadly. We do have some things, but... yeah. I don't think we really want Divest. So what do we cut? Eldest Reborn, you know, it's good, but it does look like, you know, if they're going to make a bunch of night tokens, it is going to be worse, but I don't think cutting it is the right thing to do. Maybe I cut one of my trappers. Maybe I'd rather cut my Confessor. I think I would rather cut it. Yeah. Let's see if we can do a bit better here. We would like to play first. This hand looks good to me. This is a much more aggressive start than we had last time, and we also get to keep 7 cards. I always like having Memorial to Folly in my opening hand too, because then there's really no downside. Like when you get these lands like that, with the downside, it's like, you know, okay, that's kind of annoying sometimes. But when there's no downside at all, it's pretty great. See if they play their own Honor Guard again. Nope, just a Sarah Disciple. This time we'll hit the 5 for Eldest Reborn much more quickly. Okay, so we also hit a 3-drop, so we're actually going to go 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and all of them are going to impact the board relatively significantly, so that's going to be pretty good. Play the Trapper, call the Cavalry next turn, and then Eldest Reborn. Academy Drake. All right. Okay, so we're going to attack with our Honor Guard. I'm pretty sure they're just going to take it, but you never know. And then we're going to call the cavalry. The cavalry is here. Damn it. That's when Eldest Reborn gets to be a little less impressive. Still play it. I mean, unless... yeah, definitely still play it. If I drew something really exciting there, I might not have. But... So we're going to go Eldest Reborn. We will tap one of these. Ah, crap. It's kind of a non-bow because they're just going to sacrifice the knight that I target. But sure. We do get to make them discard a card. They did actually sacrifice their Sarah Disciple. How about that? So we will get something of value out of their graveyard, if not out of our own. Right. Drop them to 12. Time for Sphinxes, unfortunately. No, just a Juggernaut. Okay. Makes me a little even more happy that I decided in invoke the divine. Sure. Okay, they gotta discard something, which does actually matter. This time. Sanctum Spirit. That's a good one to get back too. So I'm going to play Knight of New Benalia. And I'm going to play Dauntless Bodyguard. I think I'll target the Trapper. And maybe I'll just attack with my Trapper now. I think I do. Since I can make it indestructible and I can block the Juggernaut with a 3-1 right now. They may screw that up for me, but I think going aggressive here is the right call. Since, yeah. Okay. Deal. So I think we kill the Juggernaut. Question is how. Should have thought about that short sword better than I did. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Probably has a trick, which will really hurt me. No. Good. So what do we get back? Sanctum Spirit or Juggernaut? It's a good question. I think Juggernaut. Yeah. I guess I'll attack again with my Trapper. Can always sacrifice my Bodyguard, yeah. So I think that's what I do here. Should have just attacked with both, I guess. Right, play the land. So I can get back the Bodyguard, and I could do it now. Or I could get back... I think getting back the Bodyguard makes the most sense, actually. So I think I'm just going to do it now. because making Juggernaut indestructible is pretty good. Oh, crap. Okay, it's just a cold water snapper. Not as worried. Don't need to be that worried. Okay, so Juggernaut is going to get in there. I doubt they want to trade. Especially because it's not a trade right now. Drops them to 4. Then I will play Windgrace Acolyte. Take me up to 12 while also giving me... Yeah, looks like we got there on that one. Definitely glad I put in the second Invoke the Divine. I think we leave that. And... yeah, I don't think we change anything else. Ooh, yeah, another pretty good one. 2, 3, 4, and a combat trick. And our 4 is obviously really scary, especially since we already have 1 knight in play, theoretically. It'll actually become a 3-2 on that turn as well, theoretically. Man, turn 1 short sword every game. We've only seen 1 and 2 is what's kind of funny. Maybe we play Knight of New Benalia now. See what they play. Yeah, let's play the Knight of New Benalia. Syncopate. Oh, opt. Okay. So then Courser, then Ariel. So that seems pretty good. Be great if they didn't play anything here. They do though. Oh, they do, but they don't infect the board at all. So we do get in for 3 free damage here. I don't feel like we've seen a ton in the way of removal. Our opponent, the game they beat us, just overpowered us with disgusting creatures we couldn't stop. So... fly... I'm not happy about the Sanctum Spirit, if you didn't gather that, mostly because of lifelink. Despite that, I think we still attack here. For 4. So they could put the short sword on their guy and attack back for 4. I am going to play Ariel here. So if I play a 3rd knight, I can actually just kill the Sanctum Spirit next turn. Well, unless it has short sword equipped. Oh, good. Now it's like... Wait, did they screw up? No. Now it's double indestructible. That's what I want to see. Can still use the activated ability. Yeah, so we'll take 4 here. So yeah, we want to play Benelish Honor Guard here. Oh no, the activated ability won't actually do enough right this second. But we can make Knights Forever to block it. For now. Yeah, so I think we attack with Ariel and Pegasus Courser here. Give it flying. And we can threaten to destroy any 3-power creature, 2-power creature right now. Yeah. And I think we leave the mana up to either threaten to do that or create a knight. What we don't want to see is Arcane Flight put on this thing right now. Okay, Jousting Lance. That's almost as problematic, but not quite. I can still make knights to block it, but it is going to gain them so much life that... yeah, so we'll take... We're not going to take anything here, but we're going to... So we're going to make a knight to block it, which will still gain them a bunch of life. That first strike is brutal. We could eventually set up some nice stuff with Adamant Will, but yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and block with the knight token. Okay. Ooh. That'll get us to 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could kill something with 4 power. All right. So I think we do the same attack here. We could attack even harder, actually. I think we do. Vigilance and all that. Plus, we're going to play Call the Cavalry in our second main phase. Okay, so they're going to block that, which works for me. I don't feel like using Adamant Will. That removes one source of indestructibility. So that's nice, I guess. So here I can try to take it down with Adamant Will. Keyword is try. Takes them back up to 16. We can swing back for 4, 7, 8, 11, 13. Sphinx, okay. That is something I can kill with the activated ability without too much effort. Question is, do they have a historic card in their hand to really wreck my Adamant Will play here? About to find out. They do, but it was Teferi, so I think I'll call that a win. Now we just really need to get our... we really need now is our card to... our Saga, because we could get back to Teferi with it. Anyway, so we can kill the Cloud Raider Sphinx here after we attack. Except we can't attack with the Knight of New Benalia because... yeah. It doesn't have vigilance. These all have vigilance, though, so I can use their abilities. It does mean I'm going to take a hit here and yeah, not make a knight this turn, but that's probably okay. So do this, and then do this. So that's gone, and they take a bunch. Go down to 7. Play our Trapper and end our turn. I think we just take 6 here. The fact that they discarded Teferi does indicate to me that there are other options. They don't have that much to discard in their hand, if anything, left. They may have drawn it since then, but if you don't want to play, if you're happy to discard your Teferi, then that's a good sign that you were kind of desperate. Okay, so we got to kill this stupid thing now. Maybe we don't have to, but we should, I think. I think that'll be more useful than making a knight this turn. This time we can attack with this too, and we might as well. 1, Yeah. Oh, crap. Gideon's Reproach. Okay, well, we still get to kill that thing. We do get in for less, but we do kill that. We have multiple ways of getting Ariel back, so I'm not panicking yet. Plus they're at 2, so... They are in trouble. I mean, the most they can go up to right now is 8, so... We really need to draw. Our sagas would all be so good right now. We have, you know, killing either of these would basically win us the game, first of all. Second of all, if we didn't, we would eventually get back one of these guys. So they decided not to attack. I guess if I drew a historic card there, it was pretty much over for them. Okay. They're going to be able to start attacking me with this Cloud Reader. Ooh. That would have been good earlier. It's still not bad, but... yeah, it's not great either. If we could have used it to weaken this, so we could have used Ariel's ability, for example, that would have been something nice. So I think I'm going to blow up the Lance at the end of their turn here. The extra life will be nice too. Yeah, well, I'm surprised they scooped there. I don't think they were completely toast just because I did that. Well, that would have helped, but... I guess they were at 2. Oh, they probably were dead. Because if this can only gain them 4 life, that puts them to 6. They can block... yeah, they were dead. They were right. Okay. All right, well, trying to get a trophy again. See if we can turn this 2-0 into a 3-0. Okay, we're going into our final match. This hand looks pretty good. Wish we were on the play, but even so, it's a fine hand. A bunch of 2-drops on a removal spell. Which 2-drop is it better to play first? Well, probably Benelish Honor Guard. There's our friend Eldest Reborn. Mostly because if they... I mean, if I played this, they probably don't attack with this, and then they can just block it forever, so... ooh. That's not great news. Okay, so we're going to play Knight of Benalia. We can eviscerate this next turn at least. And then, maybe later with Eldest Reborn, we'll get it back. How about that? They may be mono-white. It's a good reason to be. All right, we're going to take the 2 here. That's kind of what I was afraid I would see. Still got to eviscerate the Benelish Marshal for sure. To make this situation a lot more manageable. I really wish I had like a guarantee that I was about to draw my 5th land. If I did, then I would be all over just blocking both of these guys. But I don't have that guarantee, so... do you think I'm going to block one of them? Yeah, I thought they might have a trick, and they do. So we take 3. Crap. Okay, well, I think we play this kicked because it can actually block the knights. That's kind of a useful thing to be able to do. We do have double Eldest Reborn, so if we ever hit our 5th land, things are going to get crazy. But we do need to hit that 5th land. There it is. All right. Let's get crazy. Okay, there goes Benelish Honor Guard. And we will end our turn. Okay, I'm going to block one of the Knight tokens. Well, maybe I'll block them both. I think I will just block them both. See if they have charge or something. They do. That's okay. If I didn't have a second Eldest Reborn, I'd be a little more concerned. But I do. So, they're not mono-colored. They look like they were. All right. Things are going to get crazy. Get back the best creatures around with our Eldest Reborns. Which I think Benelish Marshal... Granted, we don't have any creatures right now, so it's not incredible, but I think that's still the answer. Okay, so they discard a card. We will take... Yeah, Benelish Marshal. What do they make them discard? Probably something else green. Song of Freyalise. Okay. Well, we're going to play Knight of Dominaria. And we're going to play Benelish Honor Guard. What we get back this time isn't going to be as exciting. Should it be the flyer? Yeah, because it'll be a 2/2. So yeah, we'll take their Disciple. I think I attack with my Knight of Dominaria here. Yeah. If he wants to trade a knight for it, I'm for it. Okay, they go to 16. We're going to play Call the Cavalry. We're going very wide. They got green mana finally, which might not be good. Ooh. It's actually, I mean, it's not that good. It's what we're going to do, but it's going to allow us to attack a little more recklessly here, basically. Is what it's going to enable. So, we'll attack with both these knights. Yeah. Get in there, everybody. Could... Yeah. So I think we soul salvage. So, that's... not great news, but it's not the worst ever either. Especially if they decide to kill actual cards instead of my knight, and it looks like they're going to. So they take 9. No, they're gonna double block one of these guys to kill the guy with vigilance, I guess. Yeah. So then we're going to cast Soul Salvage. I don't have anything sexy to get back, but I think I like both Knights of Dominaria right now because they hit so hard. And they're out of gas, so... works for me. Yep, all right. Double Eldest Reborn is not an easy thing to beat, even when you can make a bunch of creature tokens. So we only saw one enchantment. Granted, it was Song of Freyalise, but I don't think I want to bring in a second Invoke the Divine. I think one's good. Could think about Sarah Disciple. Nah. I think this is about right. That is not a good hand. So we'll be going to 6. Right, that is much better. Sure. So their plan is go really wide and pump everything. They have Sprout Swarm, they have Call the Cavalry, they have Benelish Marshal, and they have Charge. So it's not a lot of fun. I think here I'm actually going to play an Honor Guard. Who I care a little less about trading. He's a 3/2 and in extreme corner cases in this deck. Yeah, Song of Freyalise is nasty. Alright, I'm going to play... Well, should I attack here? I think I probably should. They could block and use a combat trick, but I think I'm kind of okay with that. Because they could block and use Adamant Will. We have Adamant Will too, but there's no real point in using it. I think that is what they're going to do here. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Also gains them some extra life. We will play Deathbloom Thallid. So they're not ultra wide, but they could be about to cast Spore Swarm, which still not ultra wide, but that's wide enough. I mean, we're gonna have to take a hit here for 7 because there's not really any point in blocking on the turn when they all get bigger because they all have indestructible. So yeah, the Battle of the Good Sagas. Time of Ice, I guess, is... Which one's the best uncommon saga? Is it Time of Ice, Song of Freyalise? It's probably Song of Freyalise. I think it's probably the best of that group. My favorite is the one we have, but I don't think it's the best. Oh, good. That'll be just great. Yeah... I think I play Windgrace Acolyte here, just in the turn. Yay, hexproof. Man, our next card is our Eviscerate. That hurts my soul a little, but I'll get over it, I guess. So I'm happy to trade with Mesa Unicorn. Doesn't look like they're going to give me that decision, though. I think we'll kill one of these. Okay, so I want to leave mana up for Adamant Will. So I'm going to play another Knight of New Benalia here in my turn. Because I got to kill Shalai before they get to 6 mana. They may not attack. Well, they are going to. Sounds good to me. Okay, so I'm going to block here, and I think we're going to do this again. We really need a Soul Salvage to help, well, salvage this one. Don't play Gideon's Reproach, don't play Gideon's Reproach, don't play Gideon's Reproach. Okay. Got rid of Shalai. That's one step in the right direction. We are still at 8. We can get back our flyer, which after we block with it once with Memorial to Folly, which might be worth it. Playing a ground blocker right now doesn't actually accomplish very much. I think the best thing to do here is going to be to trade again and then play another Windgrace Acolyte. get it back, I mean, and then play it again to kill the other one. All right, so we're going to block the... Oh, they probably have charge. I just thought of that, but we still have to do this. At least we still kill the flyer, even if they have charge. No, it doesn't look like they do. Okay, our incredibly mediocre plan seems to be working. Call it cavalry. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so... Yeah, we get Winggrace Acolyte back for sure. So we play another Winggrace Acolyte. We could play Stronghold Confessor, but I think waiting to kick it is going to have a lot more value. So all 3 of our sagas are still in our deck, even though we've milled 6 cards. That's kind of good to know. That could definitely help us out of this. If I were them, I don't know. I think they should attack with everything, probably. Yeah. And I take 4. I'm not going to bother blocking one of those, and I'll block the flyer with the Acolyte. Ooh. Okay, that's not an option anymore. So we take 5. So we're dead to this flyer now. Yep. All right, game 3. Yeah, I don't have anything that I want to change, I don't think. I mean, I guess this does block all those saprolings really well, but nah. Are we going to get... I don't know how many times in this format I've gone 2-0 and then lost in the finals and missed out on a trophy. This is a solid hand. Any hand that has 2-drop Pegasus Courser is a hand worth keeping. Almost. I guess you need some lands in there. The Soul Salvage would be nice late, too. Okay, we're going to play Honor Guard. I feel like we need Eldest Reborn to have a chance to win, basically. And we do have 3 of them, so... It's not a big stretch to hope for one. I think we're just going to end our turn. Song of Freyalise. No, Sappered. Okay. Well done, me. Okay, so we're going to play Ariel. And... I think I just attack with my Courser for 1. So, if we play another Knight this turn, we can start picking these creatures off. Not that one, though. And not any of them now, because Hexproof. Awesome. Okay. I think that... probably just in my turn. After I play another Knight. We need to get more Knights in play, which we can do if we go Knight and then make another Knight at the end of their turn. Then we can kill Shalai. Because then we'll have 3 Knights in addition to Ariel. Mesa Unicorn. That's not good. Even if we kill Shalai right now, that's not good. They're going to be able to play a bunch of stuff right here, too. Okay, that's kind of surprising. We're going to make a knight. Oh, they have so much mana. They probably do have a way to kill Ariel here. We can get it back, maybe. Oh, that's not good. Okay. That probably does it. I mean, we can get it back with Soul Salvage, but that's too slow. I have to draw Invoke the Divine, basically, before next turn to really have a chance. I think we might as well attack with our Vigilance Knight. Even then, we don't have much of a chance because this thing just increased its power, but I think I'm still going to go ahead and use Soul Salvage here to get back Ariel. And we'll end our turn. Looks like I'm going to end another 2-1, which is respectable, but getting past that 5th trophy would be nice. Okay, so I need Invoke the Divine, and even then, even if I get Invoke the Divine here, we're in trouble. Yeah, we're dead. There's basically no way to recover. So another 2-1, you know, that's fine with me. I would like a 6th trophy, but there's still a few more drafts this week to go, and hopefully I'll get a trophy in one of those.